Hi, I am continuing my endless series of videos. Today I'm listening to the Nupa, the Roar Dub Sessions, album by Bill Laswell. I haven't investigated it extensively as of yet, so I'm not sure who's playing on it and what all it comprises. He's done a ton of, he's done a ton of albums. He's been in a ton of bands. Last Exit and Material and Praxis, Painkiller, etc. But on Axiom, his label, he's pretty much explored every kind of music imaginable: jazz, hip hop, dub, uh, experimental and ambient, and really heavy, grinding music. Uh, so this could be interesting. It's my first listen. Unfortunately, you guys don't hear it clearly. I still haven't licked my problem keeping me from really launching my own music kind of DJ show that I'd like to. I do have some ideas for some more band profiles. I've kind of, for now, abandoned the Black Sabbath. I feel like I've played it out, and it wasn't overall my Black Sabbath material at first was, I don't want to say well received, but it was received, and then it just stopped being received. So I'm moving on, but I think there's still some interest in some music stuff, at least on my end, to do them, if not on y'all's end to watch or listen. But regardless, I'm going to carry on. It's something I'm passionate about. I have thought about doing another kind of profile critical rundown of albums, which I didn't strictly do with Black Sabbath exactly. It was just my experience. I know I still would frame this in my experience, but I'd like to do it a little more critically. I've got 2 or 3 bands I'm seriously thinking of. Just ones that I've been into so long, I know all the information. It's kind of readily at hand in the brain pan here. But I don't know. I've mentioned Hawkwind before. That's still a strong contender. There's still some others I'm thinking of. Perhaps if you guys have a suggestion or something I'm into, or I'm curious as to whether I'm into it or not, I'd be glad to consider it. Don't be hurt if I don't do it. This framing satisfaction. It's aggravating me. I think in general the world is an irritant to me these days. Life itself is an irritant. Sounds pretty damn good, this Bill Laswell. So I'm not sure how this video is going to shape up. I'm obviously not going to be doing any more television stuff for a while till I get through the benchmarks I mentioned on the video I posted yesterday, which was a Arbitrary Interlude number 9. Blue review. I'm almost ready to do the part 2 of my look at some 70s urban alienation films on Blu-ray. I do have one item coming. I'd forgotten I'd ordered in an auction, really cheap, but I can't even do auctions right now. I'm kind of like making my real budget for real world concerns. But once I do get this, I'll be able to pair it with something else and do a nice little bit for the Blue review. There is a release coming at the end of March that I have to have, so I'm kind of pondering being a little more aggressive than I have the last couple months about putting more stuff on eBay and marking my prices down so I can raise some money, not just for that, but for some other bills, of course. And then once I get some of the bills out of the way, then I can get this March release without feeling too many pangs of guilt and irresponsibility. But I pretty much have to have it. I kind of have not been preparing for it. I thought it was a ways off, but I'd like to be able to pre-order it. Hopefully I can, but if not, I'd like to try to get it at least by the beginning of April. And it's quite a release, and I could probably do a 2-hour or 2-part, 1 hour each show on it when I if I receive it. Anyway, what else is going on? Well, not much today. After I posted the video last night and gave a kind of bizarre, I guess, review of sorts to Fukasku's The Green Slime. Yeah, I might sell that Blu-ray. I don't know if it's essential for my library. Now that I've seen it again, it's fun. It has a lot of puzzling aspects, and that's why I thought it would be good fodder for Mystery Science Theater, because I don't know if it was intended to be bad. I mean, my theory that I threw out there last night was that Kenji Fukasku was just kind of for hire and phoning it in. Yeah, but the green slimes themselves, the creatures, they're really cute. And I think my good friend Stephen Levin, ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Levin. Sorry, I'll try not to do that every time I shout out for now, but it's very tempting. I'm a big King of Comedy fan, and they do that on the Rupert Pupkin thing with his little fantasy life vignettes there. Stephen Levin, I think, got a figure or a plush doll or some kind of, effigy of a green slime, and it was pretty nice. I'd like to get one of those one day. I'd probably better to own that than the film itself. But anyway, there's like 3 or 4 of my Blu-rays that that's all. I mean, I've been whittling them down. I mean, I have Blu-rays for sale now that are just kind of sitting here, not moving. I'm marking them down. Some are Criterion editions and everything. Some are brand new, unopened Criterions, and I'm selling them cheaper than Amazon or Walmart. But I'm still getting people who they show interest. They put it in their watch list, and so when they do that, eBay recommends that you send them an offer, make them an offer. So say it's a $22 item. I'll make an offer like $20, and then they'll come back with like $5. I mean, I was getting this constantly for a while. Several months ago, I was getting like $1 offers for $10 and $20 items, and once or twice I actually wrote back, seriously. I have an Avengers issue for sale, Avengers 20, Wally Wood inks with the Swordsman, and I think like fine condition. Selling it for $75, so someone showed interest, so I threw them an offer of $69, and he offered me $5. And I just wrote back, funny, the decline. I don't know if people just like to fuck with you on eBay, or they're like, they think you're maybe so dumb or so scatterbrained that maybe you won't notice, and you'll go, oh, $5, or accidentally accept offer, and boom, you're obligated. It's like a form of trolling. I haven't had, that was, I've had a little bit of it very recently, like this month. Didn't have any for quite a while, but early last year I had quite a lot. It was frustrating me, and I had to talk to my therapist about it. It was triggering me, my stress. But of course, that's all he wanted to talk about then. He didn't want to talk about my ex-fiance. He didn't want to talk about my general health or depression. He just wanted to be like, oh, talk to me about your eBay. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I just, you're a great guy, but I need to go a little deeper. And if he's watching this, I'm sorry, sir. I'm not trying to hurt you. I just, the truth. So I've got to send him a text tomorrow or tonight or something, formally severing our connection as I'm formally beginning my odyssey here with a new therapist. So today I've ran some errands. I've gotten a lot done, relatively speaking. I came home, my W-2s were in the mail. So that's a good thing. I'll sit down with those and deal with that, try to get some kind of return back as soon as possible. And then my district manager gave me tomorrow off. He had inadvertently scheduled me which he didn't need to. And I was like, I'm trying not to work more than 4 days a week, just for a little while. I need the money, but I also kind of need my sanity. I need to spend time, obviously, on my eBay and my cleaning my house, dealing with my demons, and if possible, doing something creative. And just he get throwing hours at me. It's just the wrong time. When I first got that job, I was working between 37 and 48 hours a week, every week, solid for 6 months, and it was all right. But then I was fending off some demons. Then I was right after my split with my intended wife, and I don't know how I did it. I guess I just did it on fumes. Just pure inertia was. Then when I had serious money problems at the beginning of 2019, no, the beginning of 2020, I dived in and I kind of worked relentlessly for several months like that again. I just kept going because I had to survival. Um, Once I gained a little bit of ground, everything caught up with me. And thankfully, it was when I did finally have some money saved up again. So I kind of had a little wiggle room, and I'm running kind of out of the wiggle room, but because of the work I missed and uh, the end of last year, 2020, um, due to my crash. Um, but also my eBay seriously dried up. I mean, my eBay was doing really good a year. Early 2019, it started picking up right when I needed it to, and mid 2020, it was booming. But even with the pandemic, but as the pandemic waxed, my eBay waned. As the economy waxed, my eBay waned, and it's had spurts. It's picked up here and there. Around the holiday, it picked up a little. Um, I don't know. Recently, I had a nice week that kind of pushed me through that, and the $600 stimulus came through pretty fast for me. Thank God. I know some of my friends still don't have it. Um, I just mean thank God colloquially. I'm not a Christian. These ads are way way louder than the music on YouTube. It's always been that way. It's extremely obnoxious. Like, listen to us, give me your money, and then back to what you actually are on YouTube for, to enjoy, videos and music. Um, but all that having been said, charting kind of I keep a like 90-month chart as I go, and it changes every day as you kind of slide forward of your sales, the amount of sales you've had, and the amount of items you've sold. Um, and I'm at an all-time low right now. I mean, since I first started peaking, this is my all-time low in well over a year for a 90 month. The last 90 months has been uh, rough, and it's slipping every day. So it's tolerable, but there's going to be a threshold where if it slips under, it can't sustain itself now. The only reason it's sustaining itself is because I still have enough spending money to buy all my mailing supplies and get to the post office, etc. I just have to budget, and I have 200 some items up for sale, but that's just keeping me going. I haven't been able to really add too many new items because of my health, my attention span. My camera on my phone is a little screwed up, so I'm not getting the kind of clear shots I used to, and I can't afford to get a new phone yet. I need to soon, and I've got a deal worked out with my work where I could get one relatively inexpensively, but I'm still not quite there. I have a couple of bills looming over me that I need to tend to before I make that kind of investment. Um, so, the eBay thing, I've got a lot of stuff photographed that's decent shots, some of which I've had for a few months. I just slowed down on posting after I got past a certain point. I had a lot of stuff up and I was doing okay, and then it slowed down, and I was kind of like, I'm just going to let it go on its own, self perpetuating uh, income, but I need to go ahead and put up the items that I need to get more aggressive about putting energy to it. I just haven't had the energy to put to it. I put an enormous amount of energy into it for a year and a half, and I kind of burn out on it. It was interfering with my regular job. Everything was interfering with my regular job. My regular job was interfering with my health, mental and physical health, etc. It's all just a big cycle, a big Jormungandr or a Midgard serpent or a Bureau feeding on its own tail, I guess. Um, So this may shape up to be another interlude. Maybe I'm warming up for something more specific. Maybe there's some kind of video I can post later today that'll have a little bit more concrete to say about something. So I'm just probably going to get to working on moving in that direction. I kind of covered where I was at with everything yesterday. This is really just the kind of part two, or but my video yesterday was rather long, and my arbitrary interludes have been done well for me, but they've all been relatively short and easy to digest, or relatively speaking. I think the one yesterday was like 50 some minutes, so it could be why no one's watching it. They're probably dreading me just droning like this for almost an hour. So in the interest of that, I'm probably going to go ahead and sign off now. A nice, healthy, short length. And I will be back with something of more tangible very soon, whether I record it today or post it today or not. So I hope you guys are doing okay. Please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up. My thumbs ups are actually going down with each video, so even when my views are going up. So I don't know if, when I see no thumbs up but a decent amount of views, I assume that you watched the video but you either didn't like it or just were like meh, and that's okay. And I can read the charts where to see how much of a video most people are watching, like a graph, and where it peaks. And most people only watch like the first third of my videos, like Act 1. And then a certain amount go to Act 2. Few go to Act 3. I mean, ironically, though, that's starting to get better. I mean, more people are watching them all the way through, yet my thumbs ups are going down. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we're all dependent on each other in these way, interdependent, and yet, we all have our own crosses and burdens to bear with. The hands were dealt, cliche. It's true. I mean, right now, we're in a miserable time. And there's no need to sugarcoat it and pretend otherwise. I think we just need to face it head on and embrace the truth, reality, and so we can deal with it together. People that want to survive and perish forbid, maybe still have a life of some consequence, still hope to have some kind of maybe happiness and love are asking for too much. Stability, financial security, those might be pushing it now, but just some semblance of self-fulfillment or self-worth, or the feeling that you're not completely alone in this ever more insalubrious situation we're in. So take care, everyone. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.